To say that I am not super excited for this episode would, honestly be an understatement. This is going to be... We'll see. We gotta see how everybody's reactions are gonna be to Nubaru. I'm gonna call him that from now on, because he is the new Subaru. And yeah. I'm so nervous. Everybody, literally they all went to bed one night, and then the next morning they find him like collapsed in the library seemingly, and they bring him back here and he wakes up and he is just reset to square one. We are restarting from zero, quite literally. And yeah, I'm both nervous to see everybody else's reactions. And something tells me Subaru might end up, all his character development he's gone through is completely gone. So, yeah. Also, all the comments and jokes about, so glad you gave this new anime a try were fucking hilarious. Because I don't need to explain the joke. You get it. I was about to go through and explain it. I don't need to. Anyway, let's hop into this episode. I'm especially nervous for Julius because everybody else, it's like, yes, Subaru lost his memories. Everybody's gonna freak out. It's gonna suck and whatever it may be. Julius, Subaru was the only person who remembered Julius, and they just left off on a very bad argument last episode. Subaru is the only person, was the only person left who remembered Julius. Let's see, because also as well, the only theory that I possibly have for what occurred is Gluttony is somehow in this tower, which I would have no idea how they would get past Shala and get in here, so I kind of don't think that's the case, but maybe there's some way they got in while Shala's been with us and they haven't been paying attention. Or Subaru read like a book or something and it wiped his memories. I don't know. But I suppose that's not for us to find out right now, as Nubaru has taken over. He literally, I saw so many cuts together of what this Nubaru saw, where he literally shut his eyes and blinked and he's in here instead of where Subaru spawned in season 1. Let's see. Also, I was thinking about it, with those videos, the death sound plays whenever Subaru opens his eyes. It's the iconic death sound. And it plays whenever he first opens his eyes when he wakes up in Lagunica for the first time in season 1 episode 1. They play that sound, and it's weird, the way that Subaru woke up here and the way that he woke up there and the way the death sound played, how this could possibly tie into something that occurred with Flugo, and why he's just in the middle of Lagunica and nobody reacts to a person just appearing out of thin air. It makes you think he could have already been there or something. There's so many interesting theories that you can spawn from that. And anyway, I need to quit yapping. I'm excited and not excited for this episode because it's just gonna be kind of rough, because Subaru's back to square one, so we might get some of his bad side that he has since grown from is probably gonna come back, and of course seeing everybody's reactions to Subaru gone as well, especially when they've been relying on him so heavily to get through the exams here in this tower so far. The first one they would not have been able to get by without him, and this is such a bad area too, because this is obviously 4th season isekai level shit. This is not where he spawned in Lagunica in a beginning city in the beginning. No, we are in a tower that has exams. We have an exam that we have to take to fight one of the literal strongest people in the history of this entire universe. This is not good. Really, really, really not good. I feel like it's gonna happen this episode or the next episode where Nubaru gets his first return by death, and I'm not looking forward to that as well. Let's see, man. Per usual, if you want to check out the Patreon and Discord, links are in the description below. As far as the Discord goes, we talk about current anime, past anime, current manga, past manga, and have non-anime conversations as well. And as far as the Patreon goes, you get exclusives and uncuts to all my reactions, so feel free to check out either of those of your own will. Now, for this episode, let's hop straight into ReZero Season 4, Episode 8. Oh, dear God, I already can't, man. If he's hitting his fucking pose, it is Subaru still, but it's Nubaru. Ignorant, broken, perpetual drifter. This is a different introduction than what he did in the first season, but also he spawned by himself in season 1, episode 1. It'd be so interesting to like compare these two side by side, and even Batrosh is confused. Oh God, I love the hair. Like his hair is like styled differently to indicate this is not Subaru, this is Nubaru. Are they both like, what kind of joke is this? Oh God. For an entire year. Yep, you do. You also, yeah, you've got a dragon infested hand, dragon blood infested hand. Or about us. Oh God, I feel bad for Nubaru as well, because he's just been thrown into a situation where these people are clearly like starting to get nervous and antsy and feel a little like, oh God, and he's just like, I don't know anything. Okay, I don't think this is temporary amnesia, dude. I don't think this is... I just spit everywhere. I don't think this is temporary amnesia. Like, literally the only thing I can think of is gluttony is here, because this is an example of gluttony. The person, he's turned it... But then again, it's also weird how he's kept his memories from Earth, but he only lost... I guess maybe their abilities can't affect, you know, what occurred in a different world. If this were to be gluttony, of course. It can't affect, you know, a being who is in a different world. It can only affect what he's done since he got here. If gluttony were to take his memories in the same way they did for Krush, where Krush lost everything, Subaru has only lost everything in this world. I really think it has to be gluttony, but I just don't know how they got in the tower, how they wiped his memories. Like, there's so many blanks I have here, but really the only explanation is it's gluttony. That's the only explanation I can plausibly think of, besides maybe he opened a book and that did something, but I don't know how that would erase his memory, so my best guess is gluttony. Let's go. If this were a movie, everything would be good as new in under 2 hours. Yeah, they don't know what a movie is or anything. Oh God. Okay, they've hyped themselves up a bit with the idea that it might just be temporary amnesia. Troublesome contractor. Yeah, you might want to explain to him. You're gonna have to retell the entire magic system of this world to Nubaru here. Oh God. Oh, you saw that like little... Hold on, back it up. You see this little... There's a little grimace right there, and a little uncomfortable smile before she opens her eyes again. But I'm probably your friend. Aw, I really like Nubaru here. He's being so sweet. But he definitely has that main character syndrome going on that he had back in season 1 that is definitely not left or has come back in this new Nubaru, excuse me. Yeah, this is exactly what he did back in season 1 after Reinhard saved them from Elsa. It's exactly what he asked of her. Nice to meet you again, Subaru. Oh boy. Everything's all happy right now, but like, yes, it is Subaru, and he's saying, like, I know I lost my memories and all the above, but I can only imagine, like, cracks are going to continue to show where they need him for something, or there's a memory or an event that occurred that has, you know, developed them as people in their dynamics with Subaru and things, and it's just not going to be there. Like, he might still innately be Subaru, but he's not the Subaru you guys knew. Or you guys know. Not entirely. Of course, Subaru... I need you to let the OP play. I'll talk while the OP plays. Subaru is, at his core, still Subaru, even in the Subaru that we know, but he's gone through a lot of changes since first entering the ReZero world in Lagunica. Like, he's gone through many changes and character growth and all the above. So while, yes, at his core he is Subaru, it's not the same, and I think little small things that maybe he won't remember or something are just gonna pile up. And this is, just like I said, an especially dangerous situation for him to have lost his memories in, because we're doing some high level shit here, like trying to take down Raid and whatever it may be. Because yeah, there's that shot of him on the floor there, like he's passed out, and then this shot of the stairs here. I don't know when the stair meme is such like a thing in ReZero, and it's just been hyped up all throughout the season, and it's in the opening and all the above. I don't know what it is, what the context of it, or all the above, whatever it is. But I don't know when it's gonna happen. But now that this has occurred, I think it might happen while Nubaru is here, which makes me worried for what is going to happen to him to where he would do that. Oh god. Oh god, I see Julius back there. Oh no. It's her special nickname she has for you and he doesn't remember it. Are you that sleeping girl's sister? Oh. Like, partially the reason that Ram has grown to care about Rem so much is because of how much she sees Subaru care about him. Even without her memories, part of the reason that Ram has grown to care about Rem so much and you know, be reintroduced to her as her sister and all the above is because of Subaru. And now that is gone. That person who still remembered her and had that deep connection and cared for her so deeply is gone. That's like the whole reason we came here. Obviously, it was to help the people in Pristella, but the main thing was to save Rem. That was our first objective. Like, saving the people is obviously as well, but we're gonna do Rem first while we're here. And that is just gone. I mean, yeah, you literally just got summoned to a brand new world, and you're in new clothes all of a sudden, and you're with people that act like they know you, but it's a fantasy world, and he doesn't even have a grasp on how this fantasy world functions, but he's got to get acquainted with all these people who know him, but he doesn't know them, and yeah, I understand being overwhelmed. Hearing that makes it hard to believe you've actually lost your memory, because he's still so like Subaru. Oh my god, hello, Shala. Eddie, most beloved disciple and star keeper to play this. Also, someone pointed out that Shala has said that Flugel has lost his memories before, which is very interesting. Yep, and he doesn't push Shala off or anything like he's done. Every time she's tried to push any love towards him, he's shoved it off. Is he not gonna do it here? The sugary sweet gaze. If you didn't lose your knack for sewing, yeah, because he made her the dolls and stuff. She's acting all fine about it, but she might honestly not care all that much. But Subaru has looked after her for a long time. Are you my little sister figure like Beatrice? Yep. And Shala is just taking this moment in because Nubaru is not gonna push her off. Oh god. Julius! Oh my god, this is the one reaction I knew was going to be just overtly negative. The others quickly were able to try to put a positive spin on it, hoping his memories will come back soon. For Julius, now nobody in this world knows him. He lost one of the last things that he had. And that's what he was saying at the last episode. When his argument with Subaru, he was saying, I don't want to lose anything else. Like, I can't lose anything else. And he just lost the only person who still remembers him. Oh my god. Julius, you poor soul. And of course they ended off arguing with each other. And Julius was upset and such, and oh man. Yeah, she won't reveal the echidna thing to him. I'm gonna assume that her and Julius talked about revealing the echidna thing to everybody, because that's what Subaru, that was part of their conversation, was they were going to reveal it to everybody. And I don't think they're gonna do that now. Oh my god. Ah! Alright, I'm okay. Yep, she was gonna reveal the echidna thing, but he did this first, and so now she's not going to. Yep, and Shala's just still clinging to him. I think Ram wants to... Oh my god, Shala will not get off of him. She's taking this time because Subaru constantly pushed her off before, but Nubaru is not doing as such. But I think Ram wants to try to speak to him or something. Oh. It's exactly like I said. I hate that it's exactly like I said. He is Subaru. He is still Subaru. But the small things, the small details, the small memories that you guys have made together, it's gone. He just... Oh, man! Called her Amelia Chan instead of the go-to well-known Amelia Tan. And you can see that hurt. Ugh. Of course, he doesn't understand why that would hurt. He was never the type to read the room. And she thinks he's acting. He's definitely not. I don't think... but he's just so similar to the Subaru that Ram knows, because, like I said, at his core, he's still Subaru, but the Subaru they know has just gone through a lot of character development, but at his core, he's still him. And so this Nubaru acts so much like him, because he is him, that Ram thinks that there's no way this isn't still Subaru. Nothing new for you to shoulder she really thinks he's planning something. And I think it's gluttony, but it also, part of me wonders if this is part of his plan. That's something I forgot to mention. We talked so much about the idea that it could be gluttony in the Discord and things like that, that I forgot to mention this as well at the beginning. I think it's 50-50. It could be gluttony, but I also think this could be part of a plan. He purposely lost his memories for something, but I don't know if that's just me overestimating Subaru or whatever it may be, but I really think that's possible as well. He lost his memories so that specifically whenever they would come back, something would go well, or he had a plan in mind. I don't know. Part of me finds that a little unrealistic, I suppose, but he did sound like he had an idea whenever he ran up the stairs. We just didn't get to see what it was. I don't know. Anyway, I give it 70, 75. After thinking about it there for a second, 75, 25. I think it's like 75% probably gluttony, but 25% it could be part of a plan Subaru's got going on. Because I keep it open because I still don't know how gluttony would have gotten in the tower. Oh god. Gee, don't I have my own plan? Oh god, yeah, she really can't handle him having lost his memories. She's like basically like, dude, you better be fucking lying about this. She kept her composure in there, but the one person who remembers Rem is plausibly gone, and she's left all alone to, you know, carry the burden of wanting to save Rem. And that, because that was like the whole crux of a couple episodes ago, you know, like when she was gonna sacrifice herself to that monster before Shala killed it. She was saying like it would make Rem sad if you died, because she saw how much he cared for her, and if he's gone, it's like it's just, yeah, it's too overwhelming for her. For, like I mentioned earlier, her love for Rem, naturally she could tell she was her sister. She said that from the start. She could tell that Rem was her sister. But Subaru's love for Rem, and him showcasing that but through his actions and going to see her every night and all the above, and how he interacts with Rem and everything, that made her, you know, care deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper about saving Rem and bringing Rem back. Because Subaru's probably told her stories about her sister and all the above and whatever it may be. And in a way, they carry that burden together, because to Ram, that's my sister. I don't remember her, but I know it's her and I want to get her back. And Subaru was right there with her, like, yes, we're going to get your sister back, and cared just as much, if not more, than Ram does about getting her back. And that's gone now. I can't even imagine what that feels like to Ram. She's like effectively pleading to him, like, please fucking tell me you're lying right now. Please. Oh my god, dude. Oh man. She's saying like effectively the last choices of Rem as someone, as directly from someone's memory is gone. She has effectively been entirely erased. The only thing that anyone knows about Rem is their own secondhand accounts from what they have heard from Subaru. The one person who actually still remembered her is gone, and therefore Rem is gone. Jesus, man. That was heavy. He's trying to be like polite and everything. Something akin to friends. Because, yeah. Yeah. They are. That's true. But they have a dynamic where Subaru is a big ol' tsundere towards Julius. And that's why Julius is like, we're akin to friends. And that dynamic will now be gone. And Subaru's just gonna be friendly with Julius. Just that spark of a friendship that they had that's been developed throughout the entire show is zip, gone. And with it, once again, just like Rem, the only person who directly remembered Julius is gone. But at least in this case, unlike Rem, where she's effectively gone entirely, and is only a secondhand memory in people's mind, Julius is still here to exist as a person, even if their memories are gone. Is she gonna drop the bomb about her being echidna? Yeah. Because we had already talked about it and Subaru knew you guys were gonna reveal this. Yeah, I wonder how Beatrice is gonna react when she hears there's a spirit inside of Anastasia called Echidna. I really wonder how Beatrice would react to that. Spirit person connection. Oh, can Amelia also kind of tell? Yep. Amelia. I'm shocked Beatrice hasn't had a reaction to that, but Amelia definitely had one. Are we sure? I've already talked about my theories about that. I'm not gonna rehash them. Yeah. Here's my mind next time, huh? When you gonna go take that trial again to see her? did we like end all that? Who keeps getting slandered because of her? You have my full support. What? Ram's still with the insults. Yeah. Our team has looked better. Amelia-chan. Shala's just chilling down. Not a care in the world. That's what a certain someone taught me. I'm free from the logic of this world. To tell bravery apart from recklessness. Yeah, it's a good question. Yep, the library. Okay, so I was right. He went into the library. Was Gluttony just chilling? But that's my thing is, if Gluttony was in the library, why was Gluttony like camp in the library after we'd already been in there? Are they just hiding? Did they specifically want to try to get Subaru alone? I mean, it would make sense you want to try to get rid of Subaru. He's kind of been fucking you guys up recently. So it's not exactly unreasonable for the Witches Cult to be like, we've got to get rid of that motherfucker. He is the bane of our existence. He's taken out Regulus. He's taken out Betelgeuse. He's taken out Sirius. He's taken out, like, fucking everybody in the Witches Cult. Granted, of course, you know, he had help. I'm not, like, saying he did it himself. But the whole point is, Subaru has been at the location of every single witch or Sin Archbishop's death or loss. Oh, God. Yeah, with the whole book reading thing. I wonder if Subaru, like, we talked about this as well, like, we don't know if, you know, every time Subaru dies, there's a book in the library for that death, or if there isn't one for him yet. It'd be very interesting to find out if each time he dies, one is added, because it is the Books of the Dead. But that would kind of confirm another thing, that, like, every time he dies, it's like a... Would that be an alternate reality, though? I'm not quite sure how that would work. If every time he dies, a book is added to this library. Does this library transcend multiple realities? Because if it did that, then I feel like there would be multiple books for everybody, because every reality Subaru affects things differently. Like, in different realities, stuff like Amelia's died, Beatrice has died, Ram has died, and all these other realities where Subaru has died as well. So if his books were there, you would think their books would have to be from those realities as well, unless it's a special exception for Subaru because of his return by death. It's counting just within this one reality. Every time that he dies is a new death registered in this reality. And so his books could possibly be there, and maybe he reads them and experiences the old Subaru's return by deaths. I have no idea where we're going. Fry my brain. Okay, what is this grin Beatrice is giving him? Kashira? They're not letting him go with. A domesticated modern brain. Yeah, okay. Okay. He's been surrounded by people this entire time, so, you know, he's been talking and having dialogue and stuff, so he's been pretty, you know, tame. I was waiting for something like this to occur. Yeah, okay, so Beatrice did explain that to him. It's because you destroyed your game by overusing basic magic. Yep. Oh! Ouchie, ouchie. Yeah, the other you had trained with that whip for like a year, so. Poor dude, man. Keep it diary. Please don't do anything stupid, Nubaru. Please don't do anything stupid. Oh god, even someone like me can do it. He's really trying to work himself through it here and not. He's probably trying his hardest to not panic. Oh god. Yeah, that's the giant ass staircase that we climbed up. Wait, what the fuck? Oh my god, and we're back here! What the fuck? Who pushed him? There has to be a third party. Nobody in our group would do that. Shala is the only one I can think of who would maybe, but it seems to me that she only will attack, from the way she described it, if we try to leave. Which is not what anyone was trying to do. So that wouldn't have been her. There's a third party in this tower that we are not aware of that maybe got in while Shala was helping us. There's a third party here, and I feel like it might be Gluttony, and that might be who just pushed him down there. But then again, if it's Gluttony, why would they push him and kill him after eating his memories? Why would they not just eat his memories in the library and then while he's conked out, kill him? What do they gain from pushing him down the thing? It just gets more complicated as we go along. Maybe it's not just Gluttony here. Maybe there's witch cultists. I got fucking nothing, because I can't think of a single person in our group that would do that besides Shala, and it probably wouldn't be of her own will. The way that she described it, as long as we don't break the rules, she gets her hold of her own body, which makes it sound like if somebody tries to leave without finishing or something, she will be forced to kill them by some contract or rules or something she's bound by, is how it sounded like she was describing it episode before last. I'm not sure, man. Oh boy. Welcome to Return by Death, buddy. Is he still gonna call it Return by Death? Emilia-chan. Yep. Oh god. We're having to see Subaru experience his first return by death all over again. And what a brutal one to start with. You get shoved down the stairs. Oh god. Could that be the stairs he's gonna climb up or something? But how would he live? Every time he gets pushed down there, he would just fall and die, no? If he was to keep getting pushed down there. Because the first time it just happened and he died. And that's the only giant staircase I can think of that would, people would be meaning about him crawling upstairs or walking upstairs with a grin on his face, evil grin on his face like he does in the opening. The more that this continues, I really do think, because I don't know how long Nubaru is going to be around. I don't know how long it's going to be till Subaru gets his memories back. I really do think this whole meme about the stairs and everything, and also talking about the meme, but the clip from the opening where he's going up the stairs and this evil grin comes across his face might come from Nubaru, depending on what he ends up going through here. Yup. Oh god. Did I collapse at the library again? Oh boy. Oh boy. We are not on the same page. Oh god. Oh no. He's gonna be stopped. So Tella's gonna stop him. Since I got to this world, yup. Oh, Jesus Christ. This is crazy. This is fucking crazy. Oh my god. You must slow down. Yeah, did he say? Yeah, since I got to this world. Didn't I already explain it to you? Oh god, yup. Oh, it's like so hard to keep playing. It's so intense and this is being done so well, man. I've been on edge for so long now. Just playing out exactly as before. Yep, and he is going. Because his first return by death, he didn't even really clock when it occurred yet, and then he died a couple more times before he really started saying, this is return by death, this is what it is. But he's probably gonna have to immediately take this serious here, because unlike back then, he's got people here, and he's being directly confronted with the fact that this is repeating immediately. There's no room for him to be dumb like he was at the beginning of season 1, and not clock return by death right away. I saw the future. Uh-oh. Oh god, I'm waiting for this to be the first time that he's tried to say that he can return by death. This will be the very first time that he's gonna try to say that he can return by death since... When was the last time he did that? That was the fight with the white whale, no? Back in season 1? No, he probably did it during season 2 at some point. That I'm just forgetting, so I apologize, because I don't think he did it during season 3. He's used the invisible hand, but that's not the same thing. Like the thing where Satella comes out and like grips his heart or something and like forces him to stop lest he kill everybody around him by pushing through. Because he did that one time, he pushed through that awful feeling and it ended up killing Amelia. Anyway... Oh my god, dude. I had something else to say. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, this look on his face, like, I can't imagine what he's going through. He just, like, was already struggling to catch up with everything going on and come to terms with the fact that he's got amnesia. Amnesia. I think it's gluttony, but, you know, it's besides the point. He was already struggling to come to terms with that and was very overwhelmed with the fact that he's been thrown into the situation where he was already doing stuff before and now he's trying to catch up and meet all these people, and then now he's got to loop and explain it all over again, and now he's gonna... Oh man, this is... I feel so bad for Nubaru. He is experiencing what Subaru did. Subaru experienced, like, return by death and everything, and he really came to terms with it over like 4 to 5 episodes and over a longer period of time. Nubaru here is having to come to terms with it within like maybe a few hours at most. And he's having to experience it all within a few hours at most. Like, the first time Subaru, I don't think Subaru tried to tell somebody about Return by Death until the Mansion arc, if I'm not mistaken, the first, like, Mansion arc. I really need to go back and rewatch the first 2 seasons. It's irking me that I can't remember small details. But, like, and so he didn't get that first experience with Satella, like, clutching his heart or something until a little bit later on in season 1, if I'm not mistaken. And Nubaru's getting it all here at light speed. Oh my god. Oh, yep. It's all repeating. Okay, he's not saying he returned by death. Yeah, I guess maybe he hasn't even clocked it. Okay, he's still trying to come to terms with it. Nobody knew about his... Okay, so he's already, like, thinking about return by death, but I, or rather Natsuki Subaru, haven't told anyone. So is he not going to attempt to? Is he going to assume that his previous self didn't say it for a reason? And not say it? Oh god, it's all looping. Oh god, it's playing out identical. Oh my god. This whole thing again. My dream. So he's just thinking of it as he gets prophetic dreams. That's what Subaru... Honestly, that's not unreasonable. Like, why would you immediately think you're in a death loop? I actually think this is a pretty accurate way to think about it. That he had a prophetic dream, and like it was telling him to not go near that stairwell because you'll be pushed down. And so maybe he won't go near there this time. That's how I'm supposed to act. Oh my god. Hello, Shawa. And she's gonna get dragged away by Melee, the witch beast tamer over here. Squirt number 2. This is different. Yep, Shala definitely didn't push him, and I don't think anybody from our party would either. So yeah, this is helping lighten Subaru up a bit. Nubaru, excuse me, I keep fucking that up. This is helping him light up a bit because this is playing out differently already. Because I guess he was trying to act out his prophetic dream as accurately as possible to how he believed the prophetic dream occurred. You put the past you in quotes because it's like still. It's just a part of Subaru. He's going there again? So is he thinking that, like, if he sees the next part of the dream or something, like, maybe he'll try to look back and see who it was? There's nobody here to push... Oh god, oh god, oh god! Ah! Okay, whew. Oh god. I agree though. Oh god, uh-oh. They're saying that Subaru without his memories could be a liability to their advancement. Relying on him right now raises too many uncertainties. Julius is putting it in a much better way than both of them did, yes. They don't want to treat him like he's like a liability, but they don't want to rely on him as much as they maybe have. You agree with that spirit? Oh god, yeah, he overhears them talking about him and now he's not going to open out about the prophetic dream. Oh god. Whose shoes make that sound? Oh my god, dude. Oh my god! Oh! Oh my god. That might be the most visceral death he's ever gone through. Holy shit. I want to go back to get the dialogue, but I don't want to watch that again. I don't... That was... Oh. Oh my, they're gonna... Jesus Christ! Is this going up to Raid's trial? Oh god, no. Raid's gonna fuck... Oh my... Bro, he's just gonna fucking kill him again! Oh!
おまけに逃げた先が俺のとこってのは何の冗談だおめえ。群れる相手はおめえで選んでんだろうが。おめえ死にてえのか。うせえちげよ。
数時間前まで父さんとお母さんと俺は。
いってらっしゃい。
コップ洗いたくなくて、それでお母さんに何も言わないで行ってきますって言えばよかった。迷惑かけた。何も恩返ししないで、コップは洗わないで、俺は死ぬ。俺の笑うんじゃねえ、笑うんじゃねえ、笑うなやめろ。俺は死ぬ。お前にじゃない。
Oh my god.
殺されるんじゃない。俺はお前には殺されない。俺は死ぬ。確かに死ぬ。俺は死ぬ。死んだ。死んだんだ。死ぬ。ここに戻ってる。だけど俺は。
Oh! Holy mother of God. I feel like I haven't spoken in a minute.
一人きりでうずくまってなんかさせないのよ。
俺は2回死んだんだ。落ちて死んだ瞬間、あの部屋に戻って死に戻りだ。
Oh.
誰が殺されてやるか。
Oh god, Charlotte's gonna kill him. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh fuck.
様。
That was, not particularly fun to watch. I'm going to skim through, because if I'm just being quite frank, I don't really want to watch any of that again. But I need to see the dialogue and talk about it and whatever it may be. I mean, he's just gonna die again at the beginning of the next episode. Oh my god. I have not... okay. So... yeah, he... Basically. Oh my god, dude. He was going to try to tell them, to which Satella would have interrupted that, whether he called it return by death or whether he called it a prophetic dream. She would not have let him explain that. He would have been stopped there, but at least he wouldn't have gone through what he just went through. I sincerely, I think that might be one of, if not the single worst death that Subaru has ever gone through. I'm trying to think of a worse one, and the only one that comes to mind is the rabbit death. Maybe the first one from season 3, but even that, because that was the one where he was hung. Even that, I think this might tie the rabbit death for the most absolute worst one. So he was thinking about it, and then he was going to go tell them. And they were talking about how he might be a liability, and presumably he thought in that moment, well, I can't tell them now if they're already having doubts about me, and then I come to tell them about this prophetic dream that I'm not even entirely sure about. And so they're all arguing stuff, and so he turns around, and he's basically saying because they think of him as a liability without his memories, that there's a good chance. I didn't even really register this dialogue here that he said here. I was so terrified. Yeah, he was kind of like, that's another reason he ran away. He's like, if they think of me as a liability with my memories gone and such, they might just flat out not believe me in what I'm going to say. And someone pushes him. This one is not a very clean push, but Subaru, Nubaru, listen, the only thing I can call this is idiotic. I don't want to be too mean, because what he just went through, I don't want to be too mean, but coming and standing right here where you previously got pushed off in your prophetic dream, not the smartest thing I've ever seen, but he gets pushed off, and it's not a cleanly death. I'm being so honest, I really don't want to see this. This was quite literally might be the most visceral death of this entire show. Like, then again, the rabbit one was really bad too, but this one is somehow even like gorier in a sense, because the rabbits covered a lot of his body whenever he was being eaten alive by them. You could see some moving in his skin, and that was really gross. But this one, you see everything. You see him lose his limbs, his face gets smashed in. Like, that was holy shit. And so all the dialogue starts playing in his head. I don't want to miss any dialogue, but I don't think I will, hopefully. I'm going second by second, god damn! And all that dialogue is just being rehearsed in his mind. There's a couple things that I need to get. God, my fucking god. Memories are what shape a person.
記憶が人を形作るんだよ。そっか。当人に偽名の自覚がないんだ。
It's you.
記憶が人を形作るんだよ。
That's her. This is who pushed him. Gluttony is here. This is who pushed him. It's the same voice.
じゃああなたの名前。
Yeah, it's the same voice. And her name is Rui? Because there's Lai, Roy, and Rui. Her name is Rui. Yeah. I just don't... I suppose maybe the play was eat his memories and then... But what's the point of waiting so long to kill him? That's what I just don't get. If Rui is here, and Rui is the one who took his memories, I just don't get why wait to push him instead of killing him in the library where you took his memories, but I suppose that just flew in my face. I suppose we haven't seen what occurred when Subaru got his memories stolen. Maybe he was able to fight off Rui for a bit before he collapsed, or I don't know. I just don't understand why Rui would wait to push him down the stairs as opposed to just killing him in the library. Maybe there's a no killing rule in the library. You can't if you're in the library, you can't kill. I don't know. And so she had to wait. So she took his memories specifically when he was separated from the group, took his memories so that he would then be ousted or kind of isolated from the group, and he would then go off on his own to a killable spot, possibly. That just doesn't make a whole ton of sense to me, but I'm sure it'll be clarified. But that is Rui. That is very much Rui. Really are still Subaru. Saying memories are what shape a person right after saying you really are still Subaru is... Oh my god, and his arm coming off, his leg coming off. Really? Ooh, it's Subaru himself who thought, really? That's really interesting that it's him. And then it's like Subaru is speaking, saying, "Who are you?" Ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I mean, then he just has an immediate freak out. Because, like, Subaru's deaths were bad, but... like, Subaru's deaths in the early season 1, his first return by deaths were bad, yes, but they were very, like... Or he had his mind on something else. Like when he first got gutted, he was holding Amelia's hand saying he was gonna save her. And so he wasn't really thinking about the death all that much. At least from what I remember, the first couple deaths didn't really fuck with him super, super badly. It's really the mansion is the first time the deaths really mess with him. But I might need to go rewatch season 1 again, because he does die a couple times in that first arc. Like when he got stabbed by the gangster guys and died there and looped. He once again kind of adapted pretty quickly at the time, but none of those can even equate to what Nubaru just went through just then, because the first time he was in such a state of shock where he fell down and died. He died instantly when he hit the ground, didn't feel anything. He was alive, probably until he hit the ground there, or until he hit his head. He probably died when he hit his head. But yeah, this reaction is, he's already struggling to keep up with shit. This reaction is completely understandable. I'm once again just gonna kind of flip through this a bit. He freaks out and they're trying to tell him to calm down, and then he remembers the awful death. Oh my god, some of these like quick Subaru faces were just, and then he smacks Beatrice and like, god damn, he slaps the fuck out of her and then runs away for dear life, just freaking the hell out. And then he just by happenstance goes to Reed, thinking he's gonna get out of the tower. You see this like happy face and he's like maniacally laughing. I don't know if that's the stairs people are talking about when he's like walking up the stairs like with a grin on his face. I don't know if that's what this is. But he was walking upstairs, or maybe there's going to be a lot of walking upstairs as Nubaru possibly continues to die. I'd like, if he's in this continuous state of shock, he's going to keep dying. Like, he left, Shala's going to kill him, and he's probably going to snap back to it, and immediately something's going to occur, and he's going to die again. It's like Tape realized, he was like, the entirety of Season 3, the whole Pristella arc, Subaru lived. Yeah, let's just get rid of the Subaru that lived. Although Subaru did die a couple times at the beginning of the season. Let's get rid of that Subaru. Let's put a new one who has no idea what's going on, and let's just brutally kill him over and over and over again. Like, oh my god. And, so he's maniacally walking up the stairs. Reed with a big grin on his face, because knowing that, oh my dude, some of these faces are in-fucking-sane. Like, oh my god. And then Reed stabs him and starts literally with chopsticks playing with his guts, and just as Subaru wails and screams in pain. Like, holy fuck. The hell did they run for in all places you came running to me? This is a joke. Like, Jesus Christ. Pushes him down the stairs where Subaru thinks he's gonna die again. At this part, like, his nails are off, he's missing teeth, he's got a stab wound, talking about how it hurts. This broke my heart. This poor Nubaru. Oh my god, this broke my heart. He's just, like, literally gone through so much so quickly. Like I said, Season 1 Subaru spawned in, like, a starter town. Like, it was like, this is the beginning of the adventure type shit. This Nubaru spawned in, like, a level 10 dungeon, level 100 dungeon, and was just expected to adapt with no powers. He obviously doesn't know that he has the witch factor, or witch factors. We still don't know if greed can do anything, but we know because of Satella, he's able to, and his miasma and connection to her, he's able to use the sloth hand, the invisible providence, though it does strain him sometimes. But that's a whole other conversation. And it strains him. Alas, he was thrown into hell, basically. And I don't think it's going to get much better. Especially with him, he's like very quickly lost his mind and was just thinking about his parents and, oh my god, how he didn't say goodbye to his mom. And this is all stuff that Subaru didn't consider until he went back to see his parents in the Echidna flashback. Like, I don't think he might have, and I'm just forgetting it, so I deeply apologize if I am. I hate forgetting shit. But there might have been a small moment where he thought about his family at some point, but I don't remember him ever thinking about his family until Season 2, Episode 4. All before that, Subaru didn't think about it at all, but this Subaru has just been put through hell so quickly that he is just immediately thinking about his family and wants to go home. This is not the fun isekai that the original Subaru got to experience a while before dying. No, he was thrown into the throes of a level 100 dungeon and has experienced hell within his first few hours of existing here. The previous Subaru, I think another reason that the previous Subaru was able to maybe in the beginning move on super quickly is because, you know, he had Amelia on his mind. He wanted to save her, and he's in this brand big new world, and there was a lot less going on, a lot less to overwhelm him at the time. Oh, this line, I didn't wash my cup, but mom never complained. I should have at least replied. All I did was cause them trouble. I never even paid them back. I couldn't even wash a single cup. And now I'm going to die. And yeah, there is like laughing. I can't tell if that's Subaru laughing. Like, I'm not... That doesn't sound like Subaru's VA, but I honestly can't tell. It could just be a higher octave laugh. I can't, man. I'll die, but not by you. I'm not gonna be killed by you. Ah, his fucking tooth. I'll die, I'll definitely die. I died, I did die. I died in return, so and then Satella pops in because she has a habit of doing this when he's not having a great time, and she touched his heart there as if to try to attempt to comfort him in this moment, which just freaked him out even more because he's lost his memories. He's not used to this sensation. This is not the Subaru that swore to save Satella back in Season 2. So she reached in and caressed his heart directly. He's saying, just kill me already, Amelia got here. And then Subaru's just not doing okay. And then Ram says, I feel sorry for Rem. And it's like, I understand why she's saying that, because he hasn't spoke, so he hasn't told them that he lost his memories. They kind of just thought he haphazardly woke up, freaked out, and ran up to go like challenge raid or something. And so Ram is like, that was your grand attempt to save Rem, was to just go do that. And so she's saying, I feel sorry for Rem for the way Subaru did that. And she wheels her away. And so they tell Subaru to stay. Beatrice says she's gonna fix it. We will not leave you here to suffer all alone. But then they all dipped, and he went all the way down that giant staircase, which, if I'm not mistaken, took them hours to climb up before. Correct me if I'm wrong. I might be just making that up, but I feel like in the episode where they climbed it, they said it took them a long ass time. And he's just, I've died twice now. The moment I hit the floor and died, I returned to that room, starting over from the exact same point. That was no prophetic dream. I returned by death. What a way for Nubaru to find out about his fated ability. One of the only abilities he has in this world. Like hell, I'm gonna let them kill me again. And so does this Subaru effectively think that one of them pushed him off? I mean, I guess. He doesn't know anybody else is here. He hasn't been told anybody else is here. Nubaru probably thinks one of them thought that he would be a nuisance and pushed him off, which is why he slapped Beatrice away and ran away, because he probably thinks one of them pushed him off. Like, he got dragged back into that room again, where he healed up. Like, his nails are back to normal and all the above. He healed up, but the second he got out of there thinking that they're going to try to kill him, and that woke up Shala. Because you can't leave. It's against the rules, and it's exactly like I said. She loses her bodily autonomy, and her witch beast side comes out, and she gets 3 eyes. How many eyes do scorpions have? Is it 6? Six to 12. And she gets her eyes split into 3, and I'm assuming the other side did it as well. She's a witch beast scorpion, and then she like falls on her back. Oh, my volume went way up. Yep, she falls on her back, like maybe she's gonna return to scorpion form or something. And then all she says is, Osama, who are you? And now the who are you over here is not just for Rem, not just for Julius, it is for fucking Subaru. Okay, I have analyzed it. Yes, you guys might have enjoyed me going through the scene again. I don't want to do that. I genuinely don't want to watch that again. I'll maybe do it through some like reactions, because you know, I love watching reactions. But I don't think I'm going to watch that scene alone ever again. That was genuinely not fun to watch. Good fucking god. Like he like just got summoned to a new world, and I think I don't think I finished my thought earlier. What I was saying, the original Subaru back in season 1 had so much time to get invested in this world. He spent an entire day with Amelia before he was killed by Elsa that night. An entire day for him to get involved in the thralls of this new world, and he wasn't suddenly thrust into a group of people who know him, but he doesn't know them. He wasn't overwhelmed by that. He had time to take in everything about Lagunica and get invested in this magical world before he experienced his first death, and so he wasn't as shell-shocked as he is right now. This Subaru has been here for a few hours at most, and he just wants to go home. He was literally just thrust into hell. He wants nothing more than to just go home. He was just thinking about his parents non-stop, unlike the other Subaru who had an entire day and more time to really embrace himself in the world and embrace himself in whatever journey he wanted to give himself. This Subaru was thrust into a situation that overwhelmed him because he had no memories, but he supposedly is supposed to know all these people, and I'm rehashing the same points at this point, so I apologize. But it's just like, I'm really trying to hammer home for the video, and obviously for myself, like how absolutely horrid of a situation this is for Nubaru. Like, every reaction he's had here is completely valid, and I feel so awful. Like, oh my god. I thought maybe this first episode would just be kind of awkward with, you know, Subaru being how Subaru was in season 1, being a little cringe at times, and maybe we'd see some of his bad facets come out that he has since grown, or the original Subaru has since grown apart from. No! We saw like one thing where he did the like status open, and it's, other than that, he's just been put through hell and back, and I feel absolutely nothing but genuinely horrible for him. Yeah, man, this has been a long ass reaction. I apologize. I have had so much to talk about, and yeah, we will see where this goes. Rui is here. I'm pretty sure that is her voice, and I got nothing else, man. That was that's it. I'm gonna keep rambling on and on. I tend to have a bad habit when something crazy happens to repeat the same thing over and over, and that's what I've done here recently in this video, so I'm gonna cut myself off. If I have anything new to add, I can come back later and add a little extra talking point. Alright, well, here I am. I said I might have something to add in after, and I do. So, apologies, this video is already absurdly long, but yours truly has a theory to toss into the ring. Rui ate Subaru's memories. That would mean Rui knows about return by death. Therefore, what Rui is doing is, now that Subaru does not have his memories, actively killing him on purpose, knowing he will loop, to, I'm not sure what the end objective could be, but throw Subaru off, get him out of there, or stop them from figuring out how to beat Gluttony, basically. Gluttony is here, Rui is here to stop Subaru and Co from figuring out Gluttony. And they know that Subaru is one of their biggest oppositions. Rui ate his memories when in the library, found out he can return by death, and that is why Rui didn't kill him in the library, but instead waited and then allowed the new memoryless Subaru to get acquainted with everybody, to then go forward and kill him and traumatize him so they would be unable to conquer the tower, or unable to figure out how to combat Gluttony. That is, I bet you that's what it is. I sat here and I thought about that as I was putting things together, making a thumbnail and stuff, and I go, Rui pushed him, right? Why would Rui? And then it all clicked at once, and I feel like this theory makes so much sense. I could be so horribly wrong. That's entirely possible, but I think in every single aspect, this theory makes a ton of sense. Rui eating Subaru's memories would mean that, like we saw with Roy and Lai, you gain the memories, the gluttonies gain the memories of the people that they eat. And so, having gained Subaru's memories, Rui would know there's no true way to kill Subaru other than to completely demoralize, traumatize, and all the above, so he cannot continue to function anymore. And that is exactly what Rui is doing. That's so what's going on here. For fucking sure. So, we will see how this plays out. Sorry for throwing in this little insert here. I'm not sure where Xaniss will fit this in the video, but I'll let him decide. And yeah, that's going to be my theory headed in the next episode. So, back to the main video. Okay, it is Bluest here for the second time to do a little extra recording. It's now been like 3 hours after I recorded, pretty much. The image you see on screen is what I'm going to be talking about. So I tossed out my theory about Rui being the one to push, and I still think that's the case. However, who's to say we know Rui can shapeshift? Who's to say Rui didn't take over Melee? Because a lot of the arguments we've been having in the Discord is people thinking that Melee is the one who pushed Subaru down the stairs. And the big thing that didn't make sense to me was motivation. Why would Melee do that? No, nothing anybody could come up with made any sense for why Melee would do that. And then it hit me. And I think my exact message in the Discord was like, guys, what if Melee isn't Melee? This line that Melee is saying here, I do agree that yesterday's you was careless, could very well be Rui directly telling Subaru, you were careless to split from the group, and you lost your memories because of it. In the scene that we see the first person perspective of someone walking up to push Subaru down for a second time, it is a short statured person. And the clack of the shoes sounds an awful lot like it could be Melee, because I don't think it's remotely possible to be anybody else. She was the only one who had even a possible ounce of suspicion. Even a possible ounce. And even then, I didn't want to say it was her. But with the idea that Rui can shapeshift, I think I'm beginning to put together a bit of a picture here. I don't know what, if my theory, I could be wrong, as with all my theories. I could be very wrong. But if something were to have happened to Melee and Rui replaced her, then a lot more things start to fall into place as well. Because one of the arguments was that Rui walks around barefoot, but then I was like, well, Rui can shapeshift. But then people were like, but that's still, Melee is missing in the final scene of the episode when it like focuses on the top down from the library and Shala starts to trip out. Melee's gone. She's not there. Which is weird, but this line is the biggest. If you put in the idea that Rui is taking the place of Melee here, this line sounds absurdly suspicious. And the one caveat is that Melee said she has a divine protection to be able to control the witch beasts. But the Witch of Gluttony made the 3 giant witch beasts. I forget if they have like a name as a trio, but like the white whale, the serpent, and the rabbits were made by Gluttony. So who's to say the authority that the Gluttony archbishops have can't also to some degree control witch beasts? And then again, if Rui has taken over Melee, we don't know when that has occurred. That could have occurred very recently. But then again, you have to question, how did Rui make it here with nobody noticing? So there's still a lot of questions and plausible holes with it, but I wanted to toss this theory out there because it just feels so possible that that is something that could occur. I think it's for sure, I think Rui pushed him. But I suppose it's just trying to figure out if it was Rui, because Rui doesn't wear shoes, at least from what we saw of her. So it could be, or I suppose it wouldn't make sense. The height is correct for Rui. Rui is like a child's height, but the shoe thing wouldn't make sense because there is a clack of shoes as they approach Subaru. Which I'm not sure what shoes Melee wears, and I don't think there's a good shot in this episode. I'm kind of trimming through that a bit here. But alas, there's been some suspect things with Melee. Like, I could be so wrong. But I'm just tossing this theory out there. we'll see where it goes. But I had to throw this in there after I thought about it. Another thing, we have been talking literally since this episode aired, we have been talking in the Discord, like sincerely, like for hours. We've just been back and forth discussing this episode and theorizing and all the above. And I do think no matter what, it is Rui pushing Subaru, but I think it might be Rui but transforming herself into Meili doing it to possibly further Subaru's distrust of the group. But anyway, I don't want to keep yapping because I'm just going to repeat the same points, so we'll head back to the main video and maybe I'll talk about this some more at the beginning of the next video. This video is already absurdly long. But yeah, I think that is going to wrap it up from reaction to ReZero Season 4, Episode 8. I genuinely might be one of the most brutal episodes of this entire show. I hope you guys did enjoy, and I hope you all have a good day.